It was his birthday, and I got a phone call from one of the moms that I needed to get a hold of someone at the baseball field right away, that Garrett had been hurt. He was pitching in a game and had a line drive come back to his temple. He immediately fell down but was taken to Edward Hospital by ambulance. The concern was that there was a visible indentation in his head when he arrived there. It turned out that his skull was fractured in 4 places and he had bleeding on the brain and a clot was forming.
He's the sweetest little boy. He's my middle child, and he is so sweet, and he's happy, and he's funny, and he's active. I got pregnant with Jimmy, and we were thrilled. We got to the hospital, and everything was so smooth. 8 hours later, we had a beautiful little boy. They noticed a ridging on his head and expressed concern that it could be a possible condition that could be serious. The first thing out of my mouth was, is it fatal? It was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying.
We had never had any indication that there was anything wrong. She never had any shortness of breath. She never got blue lips. She never had any of the symptoms that children typically have when they have heart issues. The cardiologist who did the testing is affiliated with Children's, and he told us what was wrong. It was called atrial septal defect. It's a hole in the heart. After some more testing, they also found that she had a cleft valve.
At his 2-week appointment, she said, well, why don't we take his temperature? And then she took his temperature and it was 102. I mean, it was just a scary time because you think that you're just gonna go for like a regular, I don't know why I'm so emotional. You think you're just gonna go for a regular appointment and then the next thing you know, you're at a hospital.
I don't think I really realized the severity of it until they came back in and said they were taking him to Children's. From the second the doors opened to the emergency room, there literally were 5 people there waiting to get him off the ambulance. They brought in presents and the nurses made signs for him because it was his birthday.
The cardiologist referred us to the actual surgeon at Children's Memorial who did the surgery. The staff in intensive care, they were incredible. As far as they're concerned, this is a 100% successful surgery. She should have no issues the rest of her life with anything. She's an only child, so I mean, she's it for as far as kids go, so you're gonna make me cry.
He's got 4 titanium pins in there that you can still kind of feel if you touch it, that will stay in place forever. But he's recovered completely. He's back playing baseball and absolutely loving it.
The fact that they could take our 9-week-old and perform neurosurgery on him. And 5 years later, he's a beautiful, perfect little boy who will lead a long and healthy life. All I can think of is miracle workers.
We went straight to Children's, and as we sat in the emergency room, he was definitely getting warmer and his fever was going up. And so what they were scared of is potentially could have had meningitis. We ended up being in the infectious disease area for about 5 days. He just ended up having a really bad viral infection.
There were times you felt that they treated your child as if they were treating their own. Very nurturing and caring and patient. They're just amazing. They are amazing. They just constantly reassured us, and seeing how they interacted with our children and seeing how well they took care of our children made us at ease.
It gives me such peace of mind to know that I've got a facility like that right here in Chicago that at any time I can take my kids to and know I'm going to get the best treatment available.
You're sitting there with your 2-week-old infant thinking, I just hope and pray that everything is gonna be okay. These nurses and these doctors are amazing. When we were scared and we didn't know what was happening, we felt like we had so much support.
They all take such pride in being part of such an instrumental institution. Each and every one of them touched us in a special way, and I think that's what makes Children such a magical place.
In the heart of Chicago, you have this amazing institution.
Children's is not just for kids with terminal illnesses or born with disabilities. Every single one of us could have a reason to utilize the hospital at any time.
When we left Johnny's surgery, I told my husband, they have given so much to us that I will spend every day for the rest of my life giving back to them. They continue time and time and time again to make miracles.
It's a wonderful place where miracles are happening every day, where children's lives are being changed, where families' lives are being changed.
People can help children. They can help the doctors and nurses and staff continue to make miracles.